NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to celebrate 50 seasons of Eau Claire Cavalier baseball as they take on the Westmont Red Sox in our final regular season broadcast of the 2021 season from Carson Park. In addition to celebrating 50 seasons of Cavalier baseball, the Cavs will be able to use this game as a final tune-up prior to the CRBL playoffs that start Wednesday when they take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. So coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Red Sox. Then we'll take a look back in Cavalier history in our feature called Celebrating 50. Following that, we'll take a final look at the Chippewa River Baseball League upcoming playoff situation. And then we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game from Carson Park. And we'll do all that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Westmont Red Sox. The Cavaliers come into today's game with a record of 26-3 overall. They have locked up the #1 seed in the CRBL playoffs and are using this 4-game series against the Westmont Red Sox as a tune-up for the playoffs, which begin on Wednesday. Last Wednesday, the Cavaliers dropped their final CRBL game of the season to the Whitehall Wolves by a score of 8-3. Jackson Vance got the start on the mound and went 6 innings. However, he ran into trouble in the second and third innings, giving up 4 runs, all of which were earned. Gabe O'Brien pitched the 7th inning in relief, but really struggled finding the plate. He walked 3, hit a batter, gave up a hit, allowed 3 runs, all of which were earned without registering an out. Austin Getch came in to try to stop the bleeding, but the damage had already been done. At the plate, the Cavaliers scored 3 runs on 7 hits, led by Mitch Voller and Gabe O'Brien, who each went 3 for 4 and scored a run each. And they had 2 hits. Jalen Williams used his speed to work his way around the bases and was able to score twice. Thursday and yesterday, the Cavaliers played host to today's opponent, the Westmont Red Sox. Ethan Kjellberg got the call on the mound on Thursday and was charged with the loss. He went all 7 innings and gave up 5 runs on 8 hits and walking none. The Red Sox held the Cavalier hitters at bay throughout the middle innings. However, trailing 5-1 going into the bottom of the 6th, the Cavs picked up 2 runs and 1 more in the 7th, finally going down with the tying run on 3rd. Now last night, the Cavaliers swept a doubleheader from the Red Sox, winning the first game behind the pitching of Ryan Gerber, and then capturing the second game behind the pitching of Paul Petit with an 8-7 victory. Now we'll be back right after this timeout to take a look at tonight's game. And you're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Taking a look at today's action, the Cavaliers are trying to get tuned up for the upcoming CRBL playoffs. Today's game wraps up a 4-game series, which has also been a celebration of the 50th season of Cavalier baseball. The Sox come into today's game with a 37-8 record, and in talking with the Red Sox manager, John Drehos, he indicated that the Red Sox are primarily a collegiate team with all but 2 players still with college eligibility remaining. He said they like to play small ball with lots of base stealing and bunting. Now they're led at the plate by David Rubin. Rubin is an infielder who bats from the right and throws right-handed, and he will be a senior this fall at UW-Whitewater. Also contributing significantly are outfielder Bill Pearson and infielder Patrick Keaty, and also infielder Michael Menard. Coming into this weekend's action, the Cavaliers are still being led at the plate by Zach Stang, who's hitting at a .414 average. Kendra Gulo and Mitch Voller are also hitting over .400, with Gulo at .412 and Voller at .409. The Cavaliers also have another 6 players hitting well over .300. On the mound, the Cavaliers starting pitchers are led by Tanner Halverson with a 4-0 record and a 0.00 ERA. Carter Hesselman and Paul Petit are also contributing solid performances. Hesselman sports a 4-0 record and a 2.12 ERA, while Petit has a 7-1 record with a 1.83 ERA. Chase Burdell and Ethan Kjellberg are the Cavalier save leaders. Burdell has 2 saves and Kjellberg leads the Cavs in saves with 3. Overall, the Cavalier pitching staff has a combined ERA of 2.93 while holding opposing hitters to a 217 batting average. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll help to celebrate 50 years of Cavalier baseball as we take a look at the past 50 seasons in our feature called Celebrate 50. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Time now to celebrate 50. Join us as we take a couple of minutes to look back on the last 50 years of Cavalier baseball.
The timing was right. It was 1971 and Eau Claire was without a baseball team to capture the attention of baseball fans in the Chippewa Valley. The minor league Eau Claire Braves had folded up camp following the 1962 season, and to many, the past 9 years had seemed like a baseball desert. That's when baseball enthusiasts Roger Bolig, Gene Copel, Joe McCauley, Dick Gannon and Len St. Arnold got together and made plans that would change the Eau Claire baseball landscape for over 50 years. The birth of the Eau Claire Cavaliers came when the group met at a local pizza parlor and organized an amateur baseball team. Capitalizing on Eau Claire's history of French explorers, missionaries, and fur traders, the team named Cavaliers was chosen. The team took the field in 1971 with Glenn St. Arnold and his rich experience in Eau Claire baseball as the team manager. That first team went 29 wins, 8 losses and 1 tie and set a standard of winning that every succeeding Cavalier team has been able to maintain over the next 50 seasons of Cavalier baseball. The Cavs have never had a losing record. A number of the players on that 71 Cavalier team are still amongst the leaders in career statistics with the Cavaliers. The shortstop on that initial team, Dave Johnson, still holds the team career record for at-bats with 3,299, hits with 1,070, runs scored with 815, walks with 487, stolen bases with 200, and doubles with 136. In addition, Mike Fern from that 71 team is among the leaders in Cavalier career records in pitching, placing number 14 in appearances, 7th in ERA, 12th in innings pitched, 9th in strikeouts and 12th in wins. That upstart team finished 3rd in the NBC tournament in Madison. In 1979, Harv Tom Tira took over as the manager of the Cavaliers and led the Cavaliers for the next 26 years. During this time the Cavaliers became a national powerhouse with winning the Mid-America Baseball League Championship in 1979 and 1980, the ABC Wisconsin Tournament 4 times from 81 through 84, the Minnesota-Wisconsin Interstate League Championship twice, Central States Semi-Pro Baseball League Championship in 1987, placing second in the ABC World Series in 88, finishing either second or third in the NABF Major Division World Series from 1990 through 92 and the CABA World Series champions 5 times from 1994 through 2001. Under Tom Tour, the Cavaliers amassed a record of 1635 wins and 465 losses with 2 ties for a winning percentage of 77.8. In 2015 the Cavaliers, under manager Matt Miller, joined the Independent League. That year they had a lead record of 12-2 and tied for the league championship. In 2017, they joined the Chippewa River Baseball League, winning the North Division in 2017 and 2018. This season, they have also captured the CRBL North Championship and will battle next week for the league title. Through the years, 114 Cavalier players have either been drafted by or signed contracts to play for professional baseball teams. 12 of those players have made it to the major leagues. Today, the Cavaliers celebrate 50 seasons of bringing exciting quality baseball to the Chippewa Valley and look forward to 50 more years.
This has been Celebrate 50. A look back on the last 50 years of Cavalier baseball. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned, more of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. We're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Westmont Red Sox. Taking a quick look at the upcoming Chippewa River Baseball League playoffs, the winner of each division are the 1 and 2 seeds based on their record, and the next 2 highest teams league-wide are the 3rd and 4th seed. The Cavs are the number 1 seed by winning the North and having a better record than the number 2 seed Osseo Merchants, who won the South. Now the next 2 teams come from the North, with the Tilden Tigers capturing 3rd and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks coming in 4th. That means that the first round playoffs, the Cavs will host the Lumberjacks. However, it will be at Casper Park due to a stadium conflict. And the Merchants will host the Tigers. Now, the winners will meet on August 7th at the home of the highest seeded remaining team for the CRBL Championship. Today's game between the Cavaliers and the Red Sox gives the Cavaliers one final opportunity to tune things up for those upcoming playoffs. In addition, it's also a great opportunity for the Cavalier organization to celebrate 50 seasons of Cavalier baseball. So the stage is set for some exciting Cavalier baseball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment, I'll be joining my colleague Dan Petschow at Carson Park as we'll bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Westmont Red Sox. That's coming up next. Now, you've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Being prepared is a part of who you are. but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball is on the air. NLWN-TV proudly presents today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Help us celebrate 50 years of Cavalier baseball as they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League. And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good afternoon and welcome to Carson Park. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petschow and Monroe on the computer, and we want to apologize for those of you that are having some buffering issues, but we are getting ready, and the Ospreys are getting ready to celebrate 50 years of Cavalier baseball, and we have a lot of Cavalier alumni down on the field getting reacquainted with each other. And they're having a great time. They've been swapping a lot of stories. And I don't know why we're having troubles with our signal, but for some reason we are. And I'm taking a look at it, and I'm hoping that you guys can end up seeing this, because I hate to have technical problems today. And I'll be honest with you, I don't see why. Actually, now I think we're okay. So, we'll just keep our fingers crossed that it holds together. And, well, now it's saying we're not okay. Anyway, we'll send it down to the field for pregame festivities.
Baseball club. Please return all ball balls to the souvenir stand on the third baseline, where you will receive a $1 token for use in the souvenir stand. As a friendly reminder, Carson Park Baseball Stadium is a non-smoking facility. If you must smoke, we ask that you please leave the stadium. Again, there is no smoking in Carson Park Baseball Stadium. Thank you. Finally, all fans, especially those in the bleachers, are reminded you are at a baseball game, and foul balls may enter the stands at a high rate of speed. We ask that you remain alert at all times. Today's Cavalier Alumni Day starting lineups, beginning with the Westmont Red Sox. Leading off and playing third base, number 36, David Rubin. Batting second, the center fielder, number 31, Kyle Lopez. Batting third, the extra hitter, number 4, Julian Everett. Hitting fourth, the designated hitter, number 55, Bill Pearson. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, number 8, Patrick Key. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 19, Mike Altman. Hitting seventh, the second baseman, number 1, Andrew Rubin. Batting eighth, playing left field, number 28, Alex Elkar. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 41, Jared Dorfman. Hitting 10th, the first baseman, number 43, Jacob Gates. And pushing for the Red Sox, number 2, Jackson Bond. The Red Sox are coached by John Grayles, and he is assisted by Robert Ventura. Now the Cavaliers starting lineup. It's your 50th anniversary version. Leading off, playing right field, number 47, Gabe O'Brien. Batting second, the second baseman, number 6, Cole Redfin. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 33, Tyler the Herminator Herman. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, number 15, Tanner Roberson. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 19, Cole Timon. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 11, Anthony Bogazinski. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 7, Cooper Kopanki. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 5, Jackson Vance. And batting ninth, for a fielder, number 3, Xavier Remister. Pitching for the Cavaliers is number 17, Carter Hesselman. The Cavaliers are coached by the Ryan Page, and he is assisted by honorary manager Dick Gannon. The officials for today's game. On the bases, Mr. Dennis Whiteside. And behind home plate, Sir Matthew Miller. Now, would you please rise, remove your hats, and honor America through the singing of our national anthem by Miss Jenna Sutherland.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets of red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Jenna Sutherland.
That was Jenna Seiberling on the national anthem.
I'm not sure how they're doing this.
I got you, Steve. First we're going to introduce the alumni, then we're going to do the first pitch. So we're going to do the first pitches in 2 different sections. We're going to do the alumni, catching both Westmont and the Cavs, and then we're going to do one of our favorite fans. He's going to also throw it out. But first we want to introduce everyone. So we have Pete Copel. He was on the very first Cavaliers team. Greg St. Arnold, same son and fat boy. Quincy, manager in 1976. Jim Peterson, first general manager ever. Peterman, not Peterson. Rick Gannon, founding father. Because of him, he was one of the 5 founders that created the Eau Claire Cavaliers. So special round of applause for him. Scott Kern, player and fat boy. Mike Kern, who's assuming this is how we got the fat boy. Greg Lund, Kirk Holmstead, very Cavaliers team, 1971. He played more than that, but very first team. A familiar face at the park, Davey Johnson. Not only does he hold lots of records in our record book, but he also continues to support the organization by being on our board and helping us with everything you guys see here. So special thanks to Davey Johnson. Greg Johnson, 1976 to 1985. Dan Morley, first Eau Claire Cavaliers team as well. Tim Setzer, Dave Boley, Coach Nick, again, board member, couldn't do it without him. Mark McCorney, Scott Deckel, Kevin Weaver, Red Miner, another fan favorite, that boy John O'Brien, Scott Lush, Brian Meyer, he coached and played, Troy Piper, Brian Dickow, I just want to give a special shout out to Randy. Not only did he play, he was the president. He's currently the vice president. His wife has a love-hate relationship with me because I call him every day. But without Randy Millis, I wouldn't be able to do anything here at the park. He sells all of our ads. He does all the organization and all that stuff. So a special shout out to Randy Millis. And our umpire today, former 2019 Wisconsin Baseball Association State Championship coach, Matt Miller. And then I just want to call out Judy St. Arnold. Not only has she been involved all 50 years, but she's still continuing to. And then sitting next to her is Jody Smith. She is Doug Smith's wife. He also coached the Cavaliers for a long time. So we are going to do a couple presentations and then we'll hopefully get this game going. But we appreciate everyone's support. So you guys go.
I think some people should be wearing helmets. All right, this is like you would match up with a partner.
And it looks like we're going to have a bunch of ceremonial tossing out the ball here. All the alumni throwing it out to both teams. Tossing it to both Cavaliers and Red Sox.
All right, everybody have a partner. On the count of three, we're going to let her rip. 1, 2, 3. Let her go.
You know, watching some of these alumni down in the down in the stands before the game today.
Right, we have one more.
Yeah, they've got a few more gray hairs, but some of them look like they could still play ball.
If you want, go anywhere you want.
And we have a regular first pitch to get things started, and his name is Cole Shear. Cole Timon is down behind the plate. Cole Shear is ready. Here's the pitch. Just a bit outside, but that was a pretty good pitch, Cole.
All right, the next thing we'd like to do is we're going to induct another.
And now we're going to induct another former Cavalier into the Cavalier Hall of Fame. It's a new entity this year. And They've inducted Harv Tomter and Glenn St. Arnold, and now they're going to induct Don Zasper.
He won the Central State Semi-Pro Baseball League Championship 2 years, 1987 and 1989. During that 1987 season, they were 77-8. That's a 90% winning percentage. That's crazy. They were also AABC World Series second place finishers in 1988. They won the NABF World Series. Or correction, they were third in 1990. 1991 they were second, and 1992 they were third. They were CABA World Series champions in 94, 95, 96, 97, and 2001. And they were second in 1993. Everyone here knows that without a spouse, life is pretty rough. And I think the same thing goes with coaching. You can have managers, but with a good team, you have to have a good assistant coach. And Don Zasper was definitely that. Here to accept the award on his behalf is one of his former Legion players from Rice Lake, Louis Boss.
Don pretty much gave us a tireless baseball, as you all know. And talking to him several times, he simply loved Eau Claire Cavaliers. Thank you.
And the Cavaliers take the field to get warmed up. So let's go through those starting lineups once again. For the Cavaliers out in the field, third place is Cooper Kapanke. Jackson Vance is at short. Cole Lekvin at second. Anthony Pogodzinski is at first. Behind the plate, Cole Timon. Left field, Xavier Bemninster. Center field, Tanner Halverson, and right field is Gabe O'Brien. On the mound for the Cavaliers, Carter Hesselman. He has a 2.19 ERA with a 4-0 record. He has 32 strikeouts, 13 walks, and given up 29 hits. The starting lineup for the Westmont Red Sox. Leading off, the third baseman, David Rubin. Batting second, the center fielder, Kyle Lebeds. Batting third, the extra hitter, Julian Everett. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Bill Pearson. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Patrick Keedy. Batting sixth, the catcher, Mike Altman. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Andrew Rubin. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Alex Mielkars. Batting ninth, the right fielder, Jared Dorfman. And batting 10th, the first baseman, Jacob Gates. Cavs batting 9, Red Sox are batting 10 today. Cavs were originally going to be batting 10, and all of a sudden, Ryan Page came running up right as we were having those technical difficulties. And Dan, that's just the kind of the way it works. When it rains, it pours, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's better just to improvise.
Well, we're doing that. We got it going. So David Rubin steps in, third baseman. Now, this is the fourth game of a 4-game series between the Cavs and the Red Sox, and the first pitch from Hesselman is a called strike over the outside corner. And in the previous 3 games, Rubens is 2 for 8. He scored a run. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 called. Oh, 0-2 is the count. Hesselman into the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Halverson makes the catch for the first out. That's going to bring up Kyle Lebeds. Lebeds is 0 for 1 on the series. And here's the wind and the fire. Check swing, and it's outside for a ball. And the next pitch is just missed the letter. It's 2 balls, no strikes. This fall, Lebeds will be a junior at the Madison School of Engineering. He fouled off the next one. Sun's starting to peek through the haze. Hesselman's 2-1 pitch. Grounded over towards second. Lekvin picks it up, throws over to first to Pogo for the putout. So Lebeds rounds out 4-3. That brings up the extra hitter, Julian Everett. He's had a pretty good series. He's 4 for 9 and scored 2 runs. Hesselman winds and fires. Just missed outside. Wind and the 1-0 pitch. Called strike on the inside corner. Looks like Matt Miller has a preference for the right-hand corner. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul down the first baseline. And a groan from the players on the Red Sox as their first base coach let it go right through his hands. Jeff Ballard down there in the first base coaching box. Although he got a hand from the third base coach. Here's the wind and the pitch. Check swing inside. Count goes even at 2-2. Two balls. 2 strikes. 2 out. Here's the pitch swung on a miss for foul tip. It was a foul ball. Count holds at 2-2. Here's the wind and the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball down the first base line. Pogo picks it up, takes it himself, and a 1-2-3 inning for Carter Hesselman. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
And we're back here at Carson Park. No score heading into the bottom of the first inning. Hesselman shut down the Red Sox in order in the top half. For the Cavaliers, after the last-minute adjustments that were made by Ryan Page, we have due-up Gabe O'Brien, Cole Lekvin, and Tyler Herman. I was at the games last night. It was a doubleheader, 2 7-inning games between these two teams. And I sent a text message out to Dan. And Dan, I remember saying to you, what would it be like being at a Cavalier game if we don't have Tyler Herman getting hit by a pitch or Tanner Halverson hitting one out of the park?
And there it was.
And there it was. So leading off for the Cavs in the bottom of the first, Gabe O'Brien. He's hitting .333 on the season. Playing right field tonight, or today. Here's the wind and the pitch. Chopper on the ground over to first base, picked up by Gates, and he takes it himself for the putout. 1 pitch, 1 down. That'll bring up Cole Lekvin. Lekvin hitting .258.
Second for the Cavaliers. Second baseman Cole Lekvin.
Here's the wind and the fire. Called strike over the outside corner. No balls and a strike, 1 out. Bond's pitch. And strike 2 called. Jackson Bond, he fires outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. David Rubin on third. Patrick Keedy at short. Ground ball to Keedy. Picks it up, throws over to first, in time for the out. So Lekvin grounds out short to first. It's going to bring up Tyler Herman. Leads the Cavaliers in being hit by the pitch. He's got 11 on the season. I don't think there's a part on his upper torso that isn't bruised in some form. Here's the wind and the fire outside for a ball. And another pitch is outside for a ball. Andrew Rubin's over at second. And Jacob Gates is at first. That's the infield for the Red Sox. Outfield is Mielkars, Lebeds, and Dorfman going left to right. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. That could catch the line. It's a fair ball. Back into the corner. Herman taking a look at it, chugging into second base, slides in safely. Tyler Herman leads off with a double to right. That'll bring up Tanner Halverson, the center fielder. Halverson got home run number 5 last night. Halverson begins a late season stint with the Eau Claire Express starting on Sunday. So the Cavs will get him through the CRBL tournament. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. On at the stretch. And the pitch. That one's low. Ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball over to short. Scooped up by Keedy. Throw over to first. And they got Halverson. So the Cavaliers get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. After 1, there's no score. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Heading into the top half of the second inning, due up for the Red Sox are Pearson, Keedy, and Altman. Hey, don't forget our next Cavalier game on NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Well, guess what? It's playoff baseball time. So NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network will bring you baseball on Wednesday, playoff style. We're going to bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. In the Dugout Show gets things started at 6:40 p.m. on both NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Nice crowd of people down in the grandstand. Most of them are Cavalier alumni. They have a big 50th anniversary banquet coming up following the game tonight. Carter Hesselman on the mound. And stepping in is Bill Pearson. Pearson's had a good series so far. He's 4 for 9 with 2 runs scored. And the first pitch is right down the middle. Strike one. Here's the wind, the 0-1 pitch. Chop foul. Count goes to 2-0, or 0-2. Here's the wind and the fire. Ground ball out to short. Fielded over to first to Pogo for the put out. Vance to Pogo for out number 1. That brings up Patrick Keedy. Keedy is 1 for 9 in the series. He has scored a run. Hesselman's wind and fire. Fly ball out into center field. Halverson drifts over, makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Mike Altman, the catcher. Altman is 2 for 2 in the series. He also has scored a run. The pitch is fouled back. You know, I enjoy doing these games, but last night I was actually thankful we were not doing it because that foul ball reminded me. 2 foul balls came slamming off of this window. Fortunately, the window was closed, but I thought, you know, if we were up there, we'd have been ducking. Check swing, strike 2. Yeah, one came right off the center window, which is right where I'm standing right now. And the other one would have got you, Dan. It's outside for ball 1. You know, you keep saying we're going to get one of these days, and that would have been it right there.
There's been a couple times this year. It's been close.
Yeah, those would have got us. 1-2 pitch. Outside. Count goes even at 2-2. 2 down. Top of the second inning, no score. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So, for the Red Sox, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. No score from Carson Park. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at Carson Park celebrating 50 seasons of Cavalier baseball. Boy, it sure was good to see a lot of those alumni down there. Brought back a lot of memories when I didn't have as much gray hair. Well, let's put it this way. When I had hair and it wasn't gray. I remember bringing my young sons when they were about 4 and 5 years old here to the ballpark to watch Cavalier baseball, and some of those same guys are here today. Had a little bit of a chat with former Cavalier Greg Johnson and told him about a story when my oldest son used to think the world of him because he was the guy who hit all the home runs. And we were out fishing on Half Moon Lake one day, and he sees Greg Johnson over just a little ways down from us fishing. He says, "Dad, isn't that the guy who hits all the home runs?" I said, "Yeah, I think it is." And he went down there and talked to him and came back with a big smile on his face. And there was a big smile on Greg Johnson's face when I told him that story today. Cole Timon at the plate. Timon hitting .235. And the pitch is fouled off for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch outside for ball 1. Timon hails from Elk Mound. Here's the wind and the fire. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Timon goes down swinging. It's going to bring up Anthony Pogodzinski. Pogo is hitting .367.
Batting the 6th for the Cavaliers, the first baseman, number 11, Anthony Pogodzinski.
And the first pitch is a called ball. And over the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. On into the windup. And the pitch. Soft one out to third base. Fielded by Ruben. Throw over to first. And they got Pogo. 5-3 on the put out. Brings up Cooper Kapanke. Kapanke hitting .383. Saw a really nice sight last night after the game. A young lad pitches inside for a ball. He was hoping to get autographs, and he was getting most of the Cavaliers to sign, which they're very willing to do. And that pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. And Cooper was the last one that he got to sign, and Cooper actually took a minute and talked with him, and swing and a miss for strike 2. And when that young lad left with that baseball full of signatures and having the chance to actually talk for a minute with Cooper, here's the pitch in the dirt, ball 2. He had the biggest smile on his face. I guess the point is, between those last 2 stories, Cavalier baseball puts smiles on people's faces. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So, the Cavaliers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. 2 complete. No score from Carson Park. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Hey Raccoon, where you off to in such a hurry?
I'm getting out of here. I heard that the family who owns this place just hired Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
No. Not Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control. Why, the last place they were at, all the animals like us disappeared and were never heard from again.
Right. That's why I'm leaving.
Honey, gather the kids. We've got to go.
Got animal pests? Let Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control handle your problem. Call them at 715-832-1640. That's Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson along with Double Duty Dan. He's pulling double duty again. He's not only giving us his brilliant analysis. Well, he's kind of quiet today, but that's because he's also running the camera. And Monroe on the switcher. But Dan, you're running the camera because Cassie is over at the EAA Air Show, and I, for one, am really jealous. It's a place I've wanted to get to, and I just haven't made it yet.
Maybe she'll fly over yet.
You never know. First pitch is inside for a ball to Andrew Rubin. Rubin is 1 for 9 on the series with a run scored. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, maybe she'll get somebody to fly her this way and she'll do a flyby. There's a line shot out into left center field. It's going to go through the gap all the way out to the fence. Rubin rounds first, heads over to second. Throw comes into third. So Andrew Rubin checks in with a double. That brings up Alex Mielkars. And Mielkars is 1 for 5 on the series. The left fielder, Hesselman at the belt. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Rubin takes his lead, and the pitch is in the dirt. It gets away from Timon, and Rubin heads over to third. First serious threat of the game. Rubin on third. Nobody out. Mielkars at the plate. Here's the pitch. That one's right up the middle out into center field. Rubin comes in to score, and Mielkars checks in at first base. That makes the score Red Sox 1 and Cavaliers nothing. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Jared Dorfman. And here's the pitch to Dorfman. It's called strike. Dorfman is 1 for 5 on the series. Hesselman's quick throw over to first is not in time. Getting back in is Mielkars. Hesselman at the belt and the pitch. Mielkars is off and running, and Timon can't find the handle on the ball. They pretty much had it figured that he was going. Timon was ready to fire, and all of a sudden discovered the ball wasn't in his hand. So Mielkars checks in at second. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Dorfman. Hesselman looks over. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Jacob Gates on deck. Hesselman at the belt. And the pitch. Just missed outside. Counts even at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That does bring up Jacob Gates. He's the number 10 hitter in the lineup. He's the first baseman. And he's 1 for 8 with no runs scored for the series. First pitch misses for a ball. Mielkar's on second. 1 out. Hesselman at the belt. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Hesselman got him to chase that one outside. Hesselman at the belt. Here's the pitch. Foul tip back. One ball and 2 strikes. Hesselman at the belt. 1-2 pitch. Grounder right back up the middle. Scoop by Vance. Throw over to first. And they got him there. Oh, and they say Pogo pulled his foot. Denny Whiteside said that Pogo pulled his foot off the bag, which he did, but I thought he got it back on in time, but evidently not, according to Denny Whiteside. So that's going to be an error on Vance. Moves Mielkar's over to third. We have runners at the corners. 1 out. And the first pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. David Rubin. Rubin flew out to center field his first time up. Hesselman at the belt. Here is the pitch. Ground ball right back off Hesselman's foot. Jackson Vance can't find it, but nobody had a play anyway. It's going to go down as an infield hit for Rubin. So, in to score is Alex Mielkars. And that'll bring up Kyle Lebeds. Lebeds grounded to second. We have runners at first and second with 1 out. Here's the pitch. High pop-up. This should be an infield fly rule. And they did make the infield fly rule call. So the batter is out. For the second out of the inning, runners hold. Gates at second. Rubin at first. And Julian Everett coming up. He grounded to Pogo his first time up. And the pitch is outside for a ball. Two on, 2 down, 2 in. Here's the pitch. A little bit high. Ball 2. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. Gates taking quite a lead off a second on the pitch. He's almost halfway to third. He gets his lead. And the pitch is a called strike. I'm sure Everett would like to see that pitch again. But on a 3-0 pitch, you don't swing. Now the 3-1 pitch, and it's high for ball 4. Bases are loaded. Brings up Bill Pearson, grounded to short last time up.
Designated hitter, Bill Pearson.
Red Sox threatening to put up a big number here in the top of the 3rd inning. 2-0, they're on top. Bases loaded, 2 down. Pearson pops up foul, back out of play. Pearson, the designated hitter. And he steps in. Here's the pitch. Missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hesselman at the belt, and the pitch. Line shot out into left field. That's going to score a couple. Here comes the throw to the plate. Oh, Timon couldn't quite find the ball. A throw was in time. It was on the right, or on the first base side of home, but I think he would have had time to make the play. But instead, Lebeds comes in to score. I take that back. Yes, Julian Everett is out on second. Ruben scores. So it's 4-0. Red Sox on top. The first pitch is a strike. And chop foul down the 3rd baseline. This is Patrick Keedy at the plate. He flew to center his first time up. And here's the pitch. Ground ball down the 3rd baseline, foul. Third base coach was getting a little razzing about why he didn't field that ball. Chop foul. 0-2. And he was saying because he didn't want to injure his hand because he wants to be able to eat his tacos with that hand. Hesselman at the belt. And the pitch. Runner takes off for third. Pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. That puts Everett over on third. Now we have runners at the corners. Hesselman's 1-2 pitch. Fly ball out into left field. That's a long ways back. Getting back there, leaping. And it's out of the park. It's a home run. Bemninster gave it a try. He had it hit his glove, but it bounced out of his glove over the fence. And so Patrick Keedy hits a 3-run shot. That makes the score 7-0. 7 runs in 1 inning. I think that's the highest number put up against the Cavaliers this season in a single inning. Brings up Mike Altman. It just barely got out of here. Here's the pitch outside. Counts even at 1-1. Here's the wind, and the 1-1 pitch is fouled back into the screen. This is the 10th hitter of the inning. Pitches inside. Counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Altman struck out his last time up. Here's the wind and the fire. Outside. Count goes full. And ground ball underneath Kapanke. Long throw over to first is not going to be in time. So it's an infield hit for Mike Altman, and Altman, the catcher, is going to have a courtesy runner come in for him. And that's Ryan Fitzgerald checking in at first as the courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner for the catcher, number 4, Ryan Fitzgerald.
And stepping up is Andrew Rubin. He doubled out to the left center field fence to lead off this inning. And he hits a high fly ball to center field. Halverson circles underneath, makes the catch, and finally the Cavaliers are out of the inning. But not without a bunch of damage happening. The Red Sox get 7 runs on 6 hits. There was 1 Cavalier error and 1 man left on base. So we've played 2.5, and now it's the Westmont Red Sox 7 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. It's Wild Card Wednesday on August 4th when the Cavaliers take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks from Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:40 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, August 4th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Well, holy smoke. Cavaliers have a little work cut out for them. They dug a 7-run hole to dig out of in that last inning. Bottom of the Cavalier order, Jackson Vance leading off for the Cavs. He's batting .263. Swung on. High pop-up out into center field. Lebeds makes the catch for out number 1. That brings up Xavier Bemninster. Left fielder. Well, he went up to try to catch that home run ball. Almost had it. First pitch is outside for a ball. For a second there, I thought we had a spectacular catch out there, but bounced out of his glove when he came down. The glove hit the top of the fence. The ball bounced out and fell over the fence. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul tip. Strike 2. Here's the wind and the fire. That's outside. Count goes even at 2-2. There's the wind in the pitch. Chopper over towards third. Scoop and throw, and they got him just by a half a step. That's Ruben over to Gates. Took a high hop, so Ruben had to put a little something on that to get it there in time to beat Bemminster. That takes us back to the top of the order for the Cavaliers. Gabe O'Brien grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. First pitch swinging, and he grounded it right out to the first baseman. This pitch is called strike. Here's the wind, the 0-1 pitch. High and away. Counts even at 1-1. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 2. Jackson Bond on the mound. Here's the wind in the fire, called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the wind in the pitch. Outside. Count goes full to Gabe O'Brien. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Drifting over is Lebeds. Calls for it, makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cavs go down in order. We've played 3. And the score, the Westmont Red Sox 7 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
We're back here at Carson Park. Cavaliers trailing 7-0 as we head into the 4th inning of a 7-inning game. Four-game series. They decided to make all the games 7 innings so as to help save the pitching staff. Hesselman was cruising along until he hit the 3rd inning, and then he just ran into all kinds of trouble. However, it should be noted that 3 of those 7 runs that were scored that last inning were unearned. Actually, 4 of the runs that were scored in that inning were unearned. So leading off, Alice Milkars, then Jared Dorfman and Jacob Gates. The bottom 3 in the Red Sox lineup. Milkars singled and scored his last time up. And the first pitch is behind him. He was going to back out of an inside pitch and almost backed right into it. Hesselman takes the sign. Winds and delivers. Just a little low. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's high for ball 3. Milkars won't be swinging on this pitch. 3-0. Here's the pitch. Strike over the outside corner. Three balls, 1 strike, the 3-1 pitch. Popped out to second base, Lekvin back. He makes the squeeze of the glove for out number 1. That'll bring up Jared Dorfman. Dorfman struck out his first time up. And that pitch is outside. Ball 1. And he laces a single into center field. Dorfman checks in at first. That'll bring up Jacob Gates. Now Gates got on an error. I believe it was a throwing error by Jackson Vance because it pulled Pogo off the base. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Gates then scored later. His was one of those unearned runs. Throw over to first. Back in safely is Dorfman. And the pitch, swing and a miss for a strike. Throw down to second. And that one goes into center field. Halverson fires it to third. And they get him at third. So it's a put out at third. 8-5 on the throw. So I guess that overthrow of second, Dan, that was all part of the play, right?
Yeah, right. That was a good throw.
Yeah, it induced him to go to third, and then Halverson used his rocket arm to shoot him dead at third.
Give a shout out to our Florida listeners and watchers today.
Hey, how are things down in the Sunshine State? Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for a strike. So Gates goes down swinging. And for the Red Sox, in the 4th inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We've completed 3.5, and the score, the Westmont Red Sox 7, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating.
Tune into NLWN-TV on Monday, August 2nd as we bring you another exciting equestrian event. An NBHA local district show hosted by the Red Cedar Riders in Chautauqua, Wisconsin. This event will be recorded on August 1st. Our coverage on the 2nd begins at 7 p.m. NWLN-TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
And we start the bottom of the 4th inning. Leading off for the Cavaliers is Cole Lekvin. The first pitch is a ball. Lekvin grounded to short his first time up. Cavs need base runners. That pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fouled off on the right side. It's out of play. Clanks off the bleachers. Not quite as big a herd of foul ball chasers today. There's a few out there. And the pitch is high for ball 3. Lekvin has what they call a hitter's pitch coming now. 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. Here's Bond's payoff pitch. It's outside for ball 4. Lekvin draws the walk. It's going to bring up Tyler Herman. Doubled his first time up. Just inside the right field line. And it rolled down into the corner. First pitch is in the dirt. Heading down towards second is Lekvin, and he checks in safely there. That catch got away from Altman. Allowed Lekvin to get over to second base. So the Cavs have a runner in scoring position. The 1-0 pitch to Herman is inside. Herman thought maybe he was really close to getting number 12 there. His hit by pitch count. There's another shot down. Fair ball right down that line into the same corner the last one was in. And Herman's going to check in with another double. In to score is Lekvin. Almost an identical double to the first one that he hit. Just inside that right field line, and then it rolls down into the corner. Tyler Herman checks in at third. Lekvin comes in to score. And it brings up Tanner Halverson. Cavs are on the board. 7-1 now. There's the pitch inside for a ball. One ball, one strike. Or two, yeah, 1-1 is the count. Scoreboard had it incorrect. There's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike. To Tanner Halverson. Fly ball to right field. It's drifting foul, just foul, and then it goes off into the fan deck. That was about as far foul as Herman's was fair. So it was just a few inches shy of being a ground rule double, which would have brought Herman into score. Instead, the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the ball gets by the catcher, and over to third goes Tyler Herman. That pitch was in the dirt. It's a full count now to Halverson. Nobody out. Tyler Herman on third, and they're going to have a little discussion on the mound. John DeLose goes out to have a talk. He's going to leave Bond in there. or Drehos. John Drehos is his name. And ball 4, and looks like Halverson had a few words for the catcher as he heads down to first base.
Catcher, Cole Timon.
That puts runners on the corner, brings up Cole Timon, who struck out his first time up. Bonds at the belt. Here's the pitch. High and away. That may have, in fact, been a pitch out. Expecting Halverson to head towards second with nobody out. There's the pitch. It's called strike at the letters. Timon steps in. Bond takes a check over at first. The 1-1 pitch. And Cavaliers were looking to get the double steal. No throw by Altman. He faked the throw to second, hoping to catch Herman off of third. Herman had thought about it, but he went diving back into third base when he saw the throw wasn't made. Halverson is at second. Herman at third. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cole Timon. Bond at the belt. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Foul tip foul into the glove. And Timon goes down swinging. First out of the inning. That brings up Anthony Pogodzinski. Grounded to third his last time up. There's the pitch foul back. No balls and 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at second and third for the Cavs. Here's the pitch. Chop foul over toward the dugout. Red Sox dugout. Count goes to 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball over to first. Gates takes it himself. So they got the out, but in comes Herman to score. Pogo grounds out 3 unassisted, but he does get an RBI. And that's going to bring up Cooper Kapanke. Kapanke struck out his first time up. Halverson on third. Here's the pitch. High pop foul out of play on the right side.
Ball brought to you by Madison Street Auto Body. Located at 430 East Madison Street, Montclair.
Here's the pitch to Kapanke. Is inside for a ball. And the pitch. Inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Runner at third. Here's the pitch. That one's low and away. Ball 3. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Swung on a miss. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. High little blooper out to third base. Ruben makes the catch for the out. So, the Cavaliers go down in the fourth with 2 runs. On 1 hit, there were no errors, and 1 left on base. We've completed 4. It's the Westmont Red Sox 7, Cavaliers 2. And you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your estate is not looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants Landscape Design and Construction Team bring your estate up to snuff. Their professional experts can design and install retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
And welcome back to Carson Park. Cavs trailing after 4, 7-2 to the Westmont Red Sox. Westmont, down in that Chicago Suburban League, is where they play their games. Coming into this series, from what I understand, the Cavs had never beaten the Red Sox, and they've been playing them for a long time. Well, they rectified that last night by sweeping the doubleheader. But they've got a little ways to go to take the series. They're guaranteed at least a split of this series, but they'd sure like to win it. And they got a little bit of work ahead of them to do that. So we start the 5th inning. We have David Rubin, Lebeds, and Everett due up. Rubin steps into the box. Don't be confused. We have 2 Rubins in the lineup here. This is David. He's the leadoff hitter. Swing and a miss, foul back. I had a chance to speak real briefly with Cole Timon after the game last night because he's been taking a beating the last few games, and I made a comment about that, and he says, yeah, there's nothing on me that doesn't hurt. High fly ball out into right field foul territory. Pogo was giving it a run, but it falls harmlessly behind the bullpen benches. No balls and 2 strikes to David Rubin. Rubin is 1 for 2. He had an infield hit. Kind of glanced off a Hesselman's foot his first time up, or not his last time up, I should say. First time up, he flew out to center. Here's the pitch. It's a chopper. Lekvin picks it up over by second, throw over to first, and that's good enough for the put out. That'll bring up Kyle Lebeds. He's 0 for 2. He grounded second to first and also popped out to second. I think the Cavaliers might want to shade him towards second. Here's the pitch. High and away for ball 1. Here's the wind and the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball. Picked up by Lekvin at second. Throw over to first. In time for the put out. They should have been listening to me. That brings up Julian Everett. Everett is 0 for 1. He grounded over to Pogo at first base. He's also walked and scored. Everett is the extra hitter. And here's the windup and the pitch. Outside for a ball. Here's the kick in the fire. Called strike. Outside half of the plate. Wind up and the pitch. That one missed low inside. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one missed. It's 3 balls and a strike. Here's the wind and the fire. Ground ball, foul. So the count goes full. 3-2. Julian Everett at Lewis University. He's going to be a senior this fall. That pitch is inside, and he draws his second walk of the day. That'll bring up Bill Pearson. Pearson is 1 for 2. He grounded to left his last time up. He's also grounded to short. Pearson is graduated from Mount Mercy University. Here's the pitch. Check swing, foul. Back into the screen. No balls and a strike. Pearson steps in. And the throw over to first. Everett's back. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Hesselman came with the fastball, the high heat, and enticed Pearson to swing. I think that was actually out of the strike zone, but it looks awfully inviting up there. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's Hesselman's 0-2 pitch. Check swing. One ball, 2 strikes. There's a pitch just missed outside. 2-2. Two and two to Bill Pearson. Julian Everett on first. 2 outs. Everett breaks. Foul. Everett has to go all the way back to first because he's practically out into left field now.
2196 110th Street, Chippewa Hall, Wisconsin.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Hesselman at the belt. Takes a look over at first. And the pitch. Foul back into the screen.
That ball brought to you by Burger King Eau Claire. 4 locations.
Count remains at 2 and 2.
North Carolina Avenue and Highway 312.
And he takes off for second. Quick throw over to second. Hesselman just held and then threw it over there. And they get the tag out. Pogo makes the put out. And so Everett gets caught stealing. And basically that boils up to 3 up, 3 down for the Red Sox. So after 4.5, it's the Red Sox 7, Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Pardon me, folks. Is that the Chattanooga Choo Choo?
No, sir. but you can ride it this time.
That's right. This is the Chippewa Valley Railroad located in Carson Park. Hop on and take a ride through scenic Carson Park on Sundays from noon to 5, Memorial Day through Labor Day. Ride the Chippewa Valley Railroad. It's fun for the whole family.
And you know, Cavalier baseball, they give away a lot of prizes and stuff, door prizes and so on when you come to games. And we're going to get in on the act as well. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV has your tickets to ride the Chippewa Valley Railroad. We've got a couple of youth tickets that we give away each Cavalier game that we broadcast. Email us. This isn't hard, folks. Email us at info@northernlightwebcasting.com. You can see it on the screen. That's info@northernlightwebcasting.com. And the drawing for these two tickets will be on Tuesday, right before Wednesday's playoff game. Those tickets are good all the way through Labor Day. Jackson Vance hits a fly ball out to right field, drifting back, and making the catch is Dorfman for out number 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. That brings up Xavier Bemninster. Bemninster grounded to third his last time up. First pitch was outside for a ball. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. Cavs need to get base runners, and they need to start making contact with this ball that's going to fall in for hits. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 3, 3-1. Cavs only have 2 hits on the day. Here's the wind and the fire. Oh, called strike. Count goes full. Bemninster thought that he had ball 4. And Matt Miller says, not so quick. And now Bemninster goes down swinging. And he had a word for Matt Miller as he walked away from the plate. 2 down. It takes us back to the top of the order. Gabe O'Brien. And here's the first pitch to O'Brien. Is high for a ball. And here's the pitch. That's low for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Wind in the fire. High and away, ball 3. Here's the windup and the 3-0 pitch. That's a called strike at the letters. O'Brien wasn't swinging for anything. They need base runners, and it was a 3-0 pitch. Here's the 3-1 delivery. High pop foul. And he caught it. That was out of our view. So, nothing across for the Cavaliers. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We've completed 5, and it's the Red Sox 7, Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
We're back here at Carson Park, and a tad bit of discussion about whether that was caught against the screen or whether it was a clean catch. The umpire said it was a clean catch, and I don't think there's any way the Cavaliers can do anything about that. It was out of our vision. It was directly below us, and we just can't see straight down. It was back near the screen. We knew that. So Hesselman trying to keep the Red Sox down. He's actually pitched pretty well with the exception of the 1 inning. And even then, of the 7 runs they scored, only 3 of them were earned runs. You take away those unearned runs, it's a 1-run game. All right. Bill Pearson steps in with a brand new count. He was on when Julian Everett got caught stealing. First pitch is outside for a ball. Here's the wind in the fire. Swing and a miss. Counts even at 1-1. Pearson is 1 for 2. Grounded or single to left his last time up. Here's a fly ball to left field. Moving over is Bemninster, calls it, makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring Patrick Keedy. Keedy flew out to center field his first time up, then last time up, yeah, he deposited one over the left field fence. Bemninster almost robbed him of that home run, but it was a 3-run shot. And here's the pitch. Strike called. Third base coach, find something you can drive. He already did that today, coach. Here's the pitch. That's foul down the right side, out of play.
Ball brought to you by Playing Sports. Over weekdays, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturdays, 600 away in the bowl.
No balls, 2 strikes to Keedy. Here's the wind in the fire. Check swing, and he missed. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, outside. Count goes even at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Foul back. Have a little bit of action going on down in the Cavalier bullpen. Liner right back to Hesselman, throws over to first for the put out. And that's going to bring up Mike Altman, who got on an infield hit his last time up. He's also struck out.
The catcher, Mike Altman.
Warming up down in the Cavalier bullpen is Austin Getch. And here's a liner out into left field, falls in for a base hit. Bemninster picks it up, gets it back into the infield quickly. And Altman checks in at first.
Second baseman, Andrew Rubin.
So that's going to bring up Andrew Rubin. Rubin doubled his first time up and then flew out to center.
Place the runner for the catcher, number 4.
And we have a courtesy runner in there again, and again, it's Ryan Fitzgerald for Altman out at first base. Here's the pitch. It's high and inside for a ball. Ruben got the first hit of the game for the Red Sox. High pop foul. Moving over near the, but just out of play. Pogo had a beat on it, but he ran out of field. And there's a wrestling match down on the steps for that baseball. Looks like a couple of brothers. They look somewhat alike, so I think those brothers were wrestling each other to see who was going to get it. The one in the gray shirt came walking away with it, though. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hesselman throws over to first. Oh, the Cavaliers thought they got him. But Denny Whiteside out on the bases said nope. Fitzgerald got it back in safely. One ball, 1 strike to Ruben with 2 down. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Throw down to second, and it's a little bit high. Throw was there in time, but it was a little bit high for Lekvin to come down with. Jackson Vance backing up the play, keeping Fitzgerald from going beyond. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Halverson circling underneath, makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Red Sox in the 6th. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. After 5.5, it's the Red Sox 7, Cavaliers 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Back here at Carson Park, Jackson Bond still on the mound for the Red Sox. He's only given up 2 hits. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Cavaliers is Cole Lekvin. And Lekvin is 0 for 1. Grounded to short. He's also walked and scored a run. And the first pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. Matt Miller's been calling that strike all day. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lekvin steps back in. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. Bond threw that fastball pretty much right past Lekvin that time. Bond wheels and deals. It's outside. Looked like a slider that just missed. Lights have been on all day here at Carson Park. Here's a line shot out into right center field, coming in hard, and can't hang on to make the catch. Holy cow, Dorfman almost had a spectacular catch out there, and as he slid along the ground, the ball bobbles out. Lekvin's going to get credit with a base hit. That'll bring up Tyler Herman. Herman has both of the hits the Cavaliers have. They've both been doubles down into the right field corner. 2 for 2. Well, now there's 3 hits, so I can't say he's got both the hits. He's got both the non-Lekvin hits. I guess that's how we can put it. Yeah, you'd call those ones Herman hit seeing eye doubles. Pitch is called strike over the outside corner. No balls and a strike. And the pitch. High chopper. To second base, it scoots through. Throw over to first. And Herman is out at first. The shortstop, Keedy, was backing up the play and made the play and got Herman at first. But Lekvin does move over to second. That's going to bring up Tanner Halverson. Halverson grounded to short and walked in his 2 appearances so far. Pitch is outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Line shot out into left center field for a base hit. Here comes Lekvin rounding third. He's going to score. And Halverson checks in at first base. So that makes it the Red Sox 7, Cavaliers 3. They're chipping away at things. Brings up Cole Timon. Strikeout victim both times up so far today. Halverson takes off. Throw down to second, and they got him. Laid the tag right on the top of the helmet. And so Halverson is out stealing. There's 2 outs now with Timon on first. And the 1-0 pitch is inside for a ball. Altman made an almost perfect throw down to second to get Halverson. Swing and a miss for strike 1 by Timon. Here's the wind and the pitch. Foul ball off the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and it's dropped, but tagged out is Timon. That's the 3rd strikeout on Timon. And the Cavs go down. They do pick up a run on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left on base. So we've completed 6. 1 more inning to go today. Cavs have some work ahead of them. They're trailing the Red Sox 7-3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
NLWN-TV on Monday, August 2nd as we bring you another exciting equestrian event. An NBHA local district show hosted by the Red Cedar Riders in Chautauqua, Wisconsin. This event will be recorded on August 1st. Our coverage on the 2nd begins at 7 p.m. NLWN-TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
And we're back here at Carson Park. We have a new rump on the bump for the Cavaliers. It's Austin Getch. And I take a look at the information on Getch. He's got a 2.70 ERA. He's made a couple of appearances. He's thrown 3 1/3 innings, given up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 4 strikeouts. He has not walked anybody. Opponent batting average is 1.67. The book is complete on Hesselman. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 7 runs, only 3 of which were earned. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and he gave up 8 hits. So, leading off the top of the 7th inning is Alex Mielkars. He's 0 for 2. Single to center and then popped out to second base. Getch with his first pitch. It's a little bit low. The 1-0 pitch. Strike called over the inside corner. Getch has a deceptively fast pitch. It's not overly fast, but his motion is relatively slow, and all of a sudden that ball pops out of there. Soft liner out into center field, falls in for a base hit. Mielkars is on first. That's his second hit of the day. Brings up Jared Dorfman. Dorfman struck out and singled to center. Getch in the stretch and the pitch. Throw down to second, and they got him coming in. Mielkars is caught stealing. Timon made a nice throw to second. So 1 out. Pitch was a called strike to Dorfman. Getch with the 0-1 pitch fouled off. Getch ahead in the count. Here's the wind and the fire. Outside. Gets away from Timon. Fortunately, nobody on base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Getch into the wind and the fire. And that got him right square in the back. Dorfman hit by the pitch. It was a curveball that kind of got away from Getch. Smacked him right in the back. That'll bring up Jacob Gates. Gates is 0 for 2. Got on an error back in the 3rd inning. And then he struck out in the 4th. And the first pitch is low for a ball. Austin Getch is at the belt and the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Bemdinster underneath to make the catch. And that takes us back to the top of the order with 2 down to David Rubin. Rubin is 1 for 3. He did have an infield single off of Hesselman's foot back in that third inning. And the pitch is fouled back into the net. Strike one. 2 down, 1 on. And the pitch. Just missed that outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. When Getch comes off, he's making almost a step towards third. Just missed the letters that time. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, he's stepping at about a 45-degree angle towards third. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's outside, ball 3. David Rubin at the plate. And it's ball 4. Rubin down to first. Dorfman moves over to second. And that's going to bring up the center fielder, Kyle Lebeds. He's 0 for 3. Grounded to second twice. And popped to second once. And a called strike. That pitch went right down the middle of Water Street. Catch at the belt and the pitch. And strike 2 called over the outside corner. Gets the right-handed pitcher. And the pitch. That one's outside. He hesitated a little bit in his motion, taking a look over at second like he had thoughts about going there. Gets at the belt. And the pitch. Outside, ball 2. And I can't help but think that if Getz stepped a little bit more toward the plate instead of out at that angle, he'd have an easier job finding the plate. Here's the pitch. Ground ball fair down the line. That's over into the bullpen area. And checking in at second base is Lebets. And coming in to score is Dorfman. That makes the score the Red Sox 8 and the Cavaliers 3. Brings up Julian Everett. He's 0 for 1. He's also walked twice and scored once. First pitch is called strike. He also got caught stealing. And here's the pitch. Outside. And Getch didn't like that call. One ball, 1 strike. And the pitch low. 2 balls and 1 strike. We're in the 7th inning. Cavs down 8-3. Here's the pitch. Called strike. That one painted the center stripe on Barstow Street. Catch looks in for the sign. And the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Halverson ranging back. Makes the catch for out number 3. But the Red Sox pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 left on base. After 6.5, it's the Red Sox 8 and the Cavaliers 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Tune into NLWN-TV on Monday, August 2nd as we bring you another exciting equestrian event. An NBHA local district show hosted by the Red Cedar Riders in Chautauqua, Wisconsin. This event will be recorded on August 1st. Our coverage on the 2nd begins at 7 p.m. NWLN-TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Back here at Carson Park, hey, I want to remind you that it's time for playoff baseball on NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network, as this Wednesday we're going to bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. The In the Dugout show gets things started at 6:40 p.m. on both NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network. That's right, CRBL playoff action. It's Wild Card Wednesday. Cavs and the Lumberjacks. Cavs are going to be the home team at that game, even though it's at Casper Park, because here at Carson Park, the Express are going to be playing, and so they had the park already booked. And they couldn't move it to an afternoon game because, doggone it, most of these guys have jobs, and so they're working for a living in addition to playing a little bit of baseball. So they're going to play it Wednesday night up at Casper, but the Cavs will be the home team up there. All right. Cavs have one more at bat. They need to get 5. And I've seen them put 5 up in an inning. It's a thing they can do, but they haven't shown any signs of it yet today. Right now they have 3 runs on 3 hits. Due up are Pogo, Kapanke, and Vance. And Pogo steps up to the plate.
5-7 for the Cavaliers. First baseman, Anthony Kovazinski.
Bond still at the mound. Going to try to throw a complete game. Oh, I take that back. That's not Bond at the mound. That's Keedy out there. Patrick Keedy on the mound. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Trying to see who's out there at shortstop. One ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. That's a chopper out towards second, a high hop. Throw over to first. And Pogo goes down. So out at shortstop is David Rubin. That means at third base, they did a whole lot of shuffling, I believe. Is the other Rubin. Andrew. And out at second base, and a called strike. Out at second base is Michael Maynard. And Kapanke goes down swinging. 2 down. That brings up Jackson Vance. Vance is 0 for 2. Flew out to center and flew out to right. Ground ball to short. This should do it. Scoop and throw. And that's going to do it for the Cavaliers today. Cavaliers in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Final score. The Westmont Red Sox 8 and the Cavaliers 3. Red Sox even up the series at 2 games apiece. And that's the way it's going to have to sit. So 8-3. Winning pitcher is going to be Jackson Bond. The loser will be Carter Hesselman. Hesselman's record will go to 4-1 on the season. We'll be back with a little bit of talking baseball right after this timeout. You've been tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. It's Wild Card Wednesday on August 4th when the Cavaliers take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks from Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:40 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, August 4th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
Hey!
Okay. If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. Time out for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark. You've been watching NLWN-TV's
And we're back here at Carson Park. And a little confused today over there on the switcher. That's all right. We'll blame it on, she didn't have enough cups of coffee this morning. I think that's what it is. And Ryan Page having a little extended conversation with the team because at least my initial observation is Cavalier bats have been kind of anemic lately, and they were really anemic today, only picking up 4 hits, and they got 3 runs out of those 4 hits. That's about what you can expect. But you're not going to beat 8 runs if you're only getting 4 hits. On the other hand, they really only had the one really bad inning where they gave up 7 runs, but only 3 of those 7 runs were earned runs. So the Cavaliers, if you take away the unearned runs, would totally in this game, but you can't take away the unearned runs. You can't give those up either. And so we're waiting on Ryan Page. He should be coming up shortly. and we'll talk with him once he gets up here. We'll take a quick time out, and Anne's busily trying to find the right thing to do here. She's got it under control. You're tuned to Talking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
And we're back here, and Cavalier manager Ryan Page comes in. And Ryan, do you have any iron to put in those anemic bats?
Yeah, we'll be all right. I'm not too worried about it. The guy that they throw just got picked up by the Express, so he's a good pitcher.
Yeah, he threw a nice 7 innings, and actually, Carter Hesselman didn't throw so bad. You know, we had the bad inning out there, that 7-run inning, but only 3 of those runs were earned runs.
Yeah, Carter threw well. Like I said, he did definitely have that one bad inning, but to go 6 innings after one really bad inning and still only be at 100 pitches, he did just fine.
And he really did shut them down for the most part. You know, you give up 3 earned runs, you ought to be in that game.
Yeah, you should. And like I said, we just didn't make some plays on defense that we normally make. And this time, the breaks just went their way.
And that's kind of why everybody loves baseball. You never know what's going to show up on any given day. I mean, you swept a doubleheader from these guys last night.
Yeah, we're fine coming out of here with a split in the series here. I mean, Westmont's a good team. They always hit the ball very well, and they always have pretty good pitching.
Well, the next thing in store, CRBL playoffs on Wednesday.
Yep, we're getting ready for that right now, so we'll be ready to go at Chippewa on Wednesday.
That ought to be kind of exciting. Who's throwing Wednesday?
Paul Petit.
That ought to be a really good matchup. Lumberjacks are a pretty decent team. You guys handled them here earlier in the season, but I got a funny feeling it might be a little different story up there, a little tighter ball game.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever you get into playoff time, teams pick it up a little bit, and it's a dogfight no matter where you go.
Now, tonight, the Cavaliers are doing a little extra celebrating with a 50th anniversary celebration.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun night. Hosted at Johnny's Steakhouse here in Eau Claire. And we've got a bunch of alumni here, some of the guys that I used to coach and play with back in the day. So,
well, I tell you what, some of those guys with hair as gray as mine look like they could still play ball.
Oh, yeah. And so these guys would still love to be out there.
In fact, one of them was out there throwing off the mound, and I was thinking, hollering down to you, sign him.
We'd love to.
Well, Ryan, we'll put this one behind us, and good luck on Wednesday. Let's go after that CRBL title, and then we can have some more fun later on.
Yeah, our guys will be ready to play.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So that's Ryan Page, and we'll have a little bit more Talking Baseball right after this timeout. You're tuned to Talking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Here you go.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. We're talking a little bit of baseball. And Dan, as Ryan said, this was just one of those games that kind of got away from them. And we'll put this one in the rearview mirror and just get ready for some CRBL playoff stuff on Wednesday.
Yeah, when you get down by 7 runs, you know, it's a lot of work to get back into the game, and
And they tried. And, you know, as I've said whole game long, only 3 of those runs were earned, but you can't discount the other 4 because it changes the way the game looks. You know.
Yeah, they're gonna be okay here coming into playoffs.
Yeah, and they've got
what I wanna say. This game, has someone pitch good, and Paul Petit's gonna be ready for Wednesday. I heard so.
Yeah, and we're gonna have it.
We'll be there.
We'll be there. Casper Park. Look for us up on top of our trailer there at Casper Park. We're going to haul that over there, and same place we were when we did the Tilden Tigers game. Only this time, Dan's going to find a better place to park his truck.
Yeah, I think that's going to go back out in left field, and not on the field,
but out in that parking lot past left field. There you go. And that's playoff baseball, CRBL playoff action, and we're going to carry that game against the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. Cavs are the home team for that. The In the Dugout show is going to get started at 6:40 Wednesday evening on both NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service. I want to remind you also that Monday night we have equestrian that we're going to carry. It's hosted by the Red Cedar Riders in Chautauqua. The event will be recorded tomorrow. And our coverage on Monday will begin at 7 p.m. on NLWN-TV. Also, don't forget to send your emails into info@northernlightwebcasting.com and get registered to win a couple of youth tickets for the Chippewa Valley Railroad. That is a really fun ride through Carson Park, and we would love to give you a couple tickets. Take the kids on a train ride. That's right, we're giving them away. And all you have to do is send that email to info@northernlightwebcasting.com. And Tuesday, we'll draw a couple lucky winners, or we'll draw a winner from today's game anyway, and get some tickets given out so people can go for a ride on the Chippewa Valley Railroad. That's going to wrap it up for Talking Baseball. Rick Olson here, along with Dan Petchow. He's been doing double duty as color commentary and on the camera, and Ann Monroe on the switcher. Hopefully we get Cassie back for the playoffs. She says she'll be there, and I'm counting on her. We'll have a full crew there. That'll be fun. So you've been tuned to Talking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.